Hey guys, themtgnoob here on the play. Definitely on the keep. Unfortunate that all our lands come into tapped, but we're hoping we can change our luck with that. I want a double black source by turn 3, which is a thing, and I want a green source by turn 1 or turn 2 essentially. So I think I'm going to be playing the cemetery over the crag here, although the crag does open me up to a mortars. I think the cemetery is definitely the right play on turn 1, and then hoping to do things with Farseek. Although we'll probably get an overgrown tomb with this. So we have two red. Maybe we want the triple red though. All right. Okay, so our opponent keeps, and I'll play the cemetery on 1. We both keep our 7, which is a good start for us. Although our lands come into play tapped, we don't have much option. Okay, I'm pretty sure my opponent is in 2 games, so if I pause a lot during this game, it's to save my throat because I really don't feel like, commentating over dead air. I apologize if I'm pausing a lot. But as you could see, like, he's taking his time. So I'm committed to bringing you this match, but I can't talk for 60 minutes while he sits there and plays 2 games. So I'm just going to be pausing in and out. I am recording this live with pause, so it's not like back commentary or anything like that. Okay, so it looks like he's on Naya humans, which is a thing against us. I might have to kill that mayor here. I'd like to Farseek. We can't play the Nighthawk. If we... I can't see him do anything that's ridiculous here outside of maybe playing some sort of pairing thing. Unless he goes like a huge human turn with haste and things like that. Is there a reason for me to Farseek over protecting this? I think not. I mean, what are we Farseeking into? Next turn, I can only play 1 spell again. I think I'm going to run the risk of Farseeking here. Seems like a realistic risk. We have triple red already, so I'm just going to get triple green. It also speeds us 1 turn closer to Elysium Mortars and gives us another Abrupt Decay. Okay, so we'll take an Overgrown Tomb, and what's good about the Tomb there also is it allows this Dragon Skull Summit to come into play untapped, so I can technically play like a Nighthawk and an Abrupt Decay on our turn. I do want to go crazy with this. It seems like he's got a really slow Naya Humans draw. Well, maybe not anymore. Maybe he pairs this with a Lightning Mauler, and we do get blown out by the quote-unquote big turn. I'm pretty sure that's the line he's going to take. Oh, double Mayor. Okay, so that's unfortunate, but if we just take 1 hit from a Mayor here, that's pretty good. That is almost awesome. Okay. So Mayor's a 2/2. This has 1 counter on it, but is a 4/4 because it's getting buffed. And would you like to Miracle a Bonfire and make your opponent sad? Yes, I would. Thank you for asking. We'll do it for... Should I do it for 2 or 3 is the question. If I do it for 2, I kill everything. And then I have Abrupt Decay up. I think I'm going to do it for 2 instead of 3. The 1 extra damage is not worth it. As long as I don't screw this up somehow. This is a 2/2 +1/+1, so I think we go with a quick little board wipe into a Abrupt Decay up in case he does play anything that hastes, like a Lightning Mauler or a Flint Hoof Boar or something like that. We have better protection against it. We both have 4 cards in hand, but that was a pretty big game for us. And we also have a Elysium Mortars with 1 land being away. Being able to overload it is also going to be a pretty big game if he decides to rebuild his board here. Almost so that I might not want to waste this Abrupt Decay. Like, if he plays like a Loxodon Smiter here, I might just kill something. Yeah, say like that. worked out so well for us. I don't want to take extra damage here, so I'm just going to be killing that. I think he has to know that since I'm not bonfiring for 3, maybe something's up. But he still does have one more card than us. Well, now we're at even. He plays out his 4th land. And we will play this. And we will go Nighthawk, holding up Abrupt Decay, which is pretty good. I might not start trading out my Abrupt Decays yet now because I'm on such few cards. I might try to save them for Reckoners if he has them, since like Mortars is just so bad against Reckoners. And we could more or less race anything that he's doing with this one Nighthawk in play. Like, Nighthawk for him is probably going to be problematic unless he has like a Searing Spear here. Okay, Frontline Medic is fine. I think we probably, well, that's a thing, isn't it? I almost want to hang back here and play a Garruk. I think that's better, actually. Play Garruk, protect Garruk. Seems pretty good. Force him to overextend more into this board. If he has a hasty guy, he has a hasty guy. I just block out and, you know, if he has like a hasty dude, he could send it all at Garruk. Mayor doesn't really do much. It makes this a 4/4, which is fine. I don't even think he swings here. If he does, I just trade out. Okay, another Nighthawk there is exceptional. We'll cast this with Overload. And I think we're going to plus Garruk here and bash for 5. The reason we're going to do that is putting Garruk to 1 doesn't make me too happy just to draw 3 cards. Yeah, he just was like, I'm taking my cards and going home. Cards going home. Alright, so against aggro and Naya humans, these Rakdos returns are just awful. We want to bring in more Mortars and more Victim of Nights. And I think we don't want these big Garruks either. But I find myself wanting one more card against aggro since it seems to take out the Rakdos returns and big Garruks is a thing. I really don't want an Acidic Slime, although he does play lands that aren't his mana base isn't good, is what I'm trying to say. Excuse me, my brain is just like making lots of farts. So it's really an Acidic Slime, a Thundermaw Hellkite, or a Staff of Nim. I still feel Staff is too slow in this matchup, especially on the draw. Acidic Slime doesn't really do too much, where this is just very impactful against him, but he has no flyers. So if he is going to win, he has to really nut draw us, and unfortunately, we don't have enough early game outside of an insane amount of removal to warrant adding a 5-drop in, where in that case, Garruk might just be better. You know, thinking about it, like, okay, if I'm going to play any of these 5-drops, Garruk after sweeping is probably better. Although I could see an argument for Slime, I can't really see an argument for Thundermaw Hellkite. Actually, you know, don't want to jinx it, but I think any aggro deck is a good matchup for us, but if you watched other videos that I've been playing against Control, that's kind of difficult. Okay, this hand is very slow, but it's good if I draw land and I draw untapped land, or lands that come into play untapped. I mean, I think Nighthawk is going to be exceptionally hard for him to deal with. Unfortunately, he's got a giant Champion of Perish here. That's great. Because I wasn't going to play anything on turn 1 anyway, and it makes all my lands come into play untapped. I kind of wish it was a Tomb or a Blood Crypt, but beggars can't be choosers when you really want land. You know, I'm not going to be like, oh man, if I needed an Overgrown Tomb there, because I do want to play these 3 Nighthawks, but I will take sitting here and maybe fighting something with a Garruk and probably abrupt decaying this or a Mayor of Averbrook on the next turn. And if we do draw a black source, that's going to just be like very, very strong. Okay, so he plays a Boros Elite, so maybe he's just trying to get this pretty big. He does play it off of Sun Petal Grove. So if he's trying to get this like large, I'm just going to be saving this to kill this. Maybe he plays a Silverblade Paladin next turn and just is going to try to do a ton of damage to me. But this is very good at beating the crap out of Silverblade Paladins. Okay, he also goes Boros Elite number 2. So, we're in a, not the greatest spot here, since that's about as good of a start as he can get. Since next turn he's probably going to be playing like a Mayor and hitting us for a ton. But like I said, all we really need to do is play our game, rip some black sources. There's one of them. I'm not going to be playing it this turn, as I don't want to take extra damage if I can avoid it, but I will most likely be playing it next turn. I have to kill this when he goes to attackers, as both of these will, more or less become huge battalion nerds. Another thing is, though, if he plays a Mayor, I'd love to kill it, but I can't take 10. Like, 10 is not the number I want to be taking right now. I think I might have jinxed this. Saying, oh, I think I have a good matchup against this deck. I'm so cool. I'm so good at magic. I'm the themtgnoob. Ugh, yuck. Alright, so this is happening no matter what. So we might as well just kill this and take 9. Maybe he plays another human out. But yeah, we might just be dead. We might be dead to another hasty guy or a removal spell. Because next turn, I'm taking 2 to play a Nighthawk. And, oh, jeez. Yeah, he's got to make it haste. Dummy me. I'm a dummy. So I'm taking a bunch to play a Nighthawk. So we have very few outs here. He's still going to get Battalion, unfortunately. And he's going to hit us for 9. And we'll be at 8. And our Shockland is going to kick our teeth in. So we'll be at 6 and taking 6. So we'll be dead unless we rip a removal spell that costs 2 here. That does do a lot, believe it or not. We'll be at 4. Then we can play a Nighthawk. That does a lot. Like, we just have to sit here and hope for the best. I can't play a Nighthawk out there, and I can't take 2 damage for this black source. Because if I can kill this now, and then maybe fight this, I'll be at 3 if he doesn't play anything. I think he's got a Mayor of Averbrook here, though, to be perfectly honest. Okay, so maybe he's naming human with this. And we've got to, unfortunately, slip this since that's the one we can kill. I am assuming he's got a follow-up play, which is not going to be great for us, as we will still die to Battalion. But we've done everything we can do here. Experiment 1 is a good one. Oh man, if I've ever wanted a miracled bonfire... Well, now it doesn't even do anything. Well, I guess I would play it for 1 still and then die. Yep, he pretty much had it that game. I guess I jinxed it. I mean, that's a lot of guys. So this being a 2-2 now, even if I do Miracle a Bonfire here, I'm just more or less dead. But we'll see what we draw anyway. Okay, so Experiment 1 will trigger. And we do Miracle it. How unfortunate that he had Athalia, which would have put us to 1 anyway, but allowed us to, then play Garruk and fight this with no cards in hand. So that's just, I guess, disgustingly good luck for him, but good luck for us that we even were in a position to Miracle a Bonfire. I think you just don't win games like that, which is pretty unfortunate. But we've got another game, so we're going to be doing that. His mana base doesn't seem terrible, so I really don't even want to bring this in. and there's really nothing for us. I think I need to allot one more spot in the board for a somewhat catch-all removal spell or a really solid removal spell. Um, it doesn't seem like he's doing anything. Since he's got Thalia's, though, I'm going to cut the Garrick since it costs 6, essentially, and play the Acidic Slime. That was good by him that he had that combination of cards. He played it out well. He seems like a solid player, but I think I still have a good matchup. So we're going to be trying this. This deck, we're going to run it back. Okay, so we'll play first. And very slow. But with so much life gain in hand, I almost can't say no to this hand. The Acidic Slime is pretty much the card in the hand that I hate the most, believe it or not. And I am going to be starting out with Blood Crypt, and he does mull to 6, which makes me feel somewhat better. We are going to be taking some damage from lands, but hopefully I just hit runner removal spell and land. Like, I'll take like a Tragic Slip and a land. Then I'll take another removal spell and a land. Experiment 1's a thing. He's a pretty good guy against us. Come on, Tragic Slip. Okay, Summit's good. I actually like lands that don't cost me any damage. He's at 5 cards, so I'm got my fingers crossed here, but I'm pretty sure if he kept a land light hand, we're going to be looking good. He doesn't, so hopefully he doesn't go crazy turn here. Okay, Boar is excellent for us. It does trigger the Evolve, though. So we do take 2 there, which is not great, but I'm feeling pretty confident about this. The line is he probably has another Boar. And Woodland Cemetery is also good here. I think I play the... Doesn't really matter, but I would like to have more red sources than green sources eventually. So we got to do this and cross fingers, because if he has a removal spell for this, we're in trouble. If he does swing Boar and Experiment 1, it depends on how he plays it out. Like, hopefully he doesn't remove this. Because then we take 5, and it's like, oh, that's not great. But we're going into this and this. We're looking pretty good. This is a ton of life gain against an aggro deck, and that's why I like Jund so much, because it gives you outs when your back's against the wall. I have to say, after playing it about 15 matches now, it's so much better on the draw against aggro. It's really difficult. Okay, so this won't trigger the Evolve. But it will force us to more or less trade. I'm okay with this trade, as Experiment 1 has kind of run its course, and going up to 20 is fine. Okay, another Huntmaster is all good there. We just more or less have to play around his Mayor of Averbrook flipping. I almost will double block the Boar. Depends on what he plays. Because the Huntmaster's good, don't get me wrong. And being a 4/4, maybe I won't double block the Boar. Maybe I just chump out on the Boar. Our next turn is most likely, if he doesn't play a land here, Acidic Slime his green source. But looks like he's going to have the turn here, which I'm not happy about. Maybe he just doesn't do anything here, but it's a pretty substantial board. All right, well, I think I got to make some difficult choices here now. Which these guys get paired. He doesn't want to sacrifice this, which is fine. This coming in is also fine. Oh, all right. If that's the case, I'll let you eat my Huntmaster to save some damage. My next turn is pretty good. My next turn is pretty good. Okay, so what do we like here? Do we like just kind of cushioning things? We're definitely playing something. I almost want to knock his land away, and then we can trade out with whatever we do. I think I like that line, following it up with a bunch of guys that gain life seems very solid. And I'll take out his green source since it seems like either is good to take out, but green is slightly better. So I'm happy that this was a thing. Maybe a Garruk is just better. He really can't swing in here profitably. He's probably just going to try to flip his mayor, which is understandable. But it does reduce the power and toughness of all his humans. Wow, okay, sure. I will gladly. Actually, I'll double block it. Allow him to decide what he wants. Okay. So Slime trades out there. There's no reason for me to really double block there. I just feel like it's decent in this matchup. He's going to be flipping this, which, oh no, he's not. He's just going to got a Boros Elite. I don't know why he didn't go for it there. Maybe he wants to make a big guy there. This will be a 4-4 swinging in. This will be a 3-2. I think we just go Thragtusk here and cushion our life a little bit. Now let me know what you would have done there. Would you have double blocked earlier to save damage, or would you have just played the Huntmaster game? Because I feel like I don't play the Huntmaster game very well, and I feel like that's a thing that I could learn to do a lot better. Is just, okay, he's got a Huntmaster, so, you know, I more or less got to do that. He's not swinging in here. If he does, he's crazy. Okay, so he wants to flip his guy now, and that's fine. I think I'm actually going to be bashing here. I think we're at a point in the game where we can start being the aggressive one. I thought this was a beast, which is terrible. But we've got to put him on. Does he want to risk losing his mayor there? That was a miss attack by far. I can't even pretend I'm going to try to cover that up. That was just a boneheaded maneuver. Like, that was just a donkey move. So I apologize. I should not have swung with that. I don't think, in retrospect, I don't think it's a bad attack. I think it was a hasty attack, but I don't think it's bad because of the fact that we got away with 2 extra points there, and he would have had to give up his Halpak Alpha. I think I play out this too regularly. We also play 2 spells, which flips this, which is nice. And if he doesn't do anything this turn, we get to kill it, which seems exceptional. Oh, no, sorry, that does not work that way. God, this first in, last out crap. No reason for me not to kill the guy that gives his guy haste. Okay, and I think we could almost lose these wolves here. I don't think I care. We're just so far ahead at this point. There's really no coming back. He almost has to scoop soon, especially since we draw another Huntmaster. We'll put the foot on the throat because there's really no reason for us to not do this. We just ran well. We ran really well this game, and he got stuck on land. We slimed away his land. And the reason we do this is because we want to, if he does nothing here, flip this and just shoot him dead. I don't think there's anything else that he can do, so we take it down, and I'm pretty happy about that. Alright, I hope you've been enjoying the deck. Let's do a quick deck recap in here in this video, so I don't have to make you watch a whole nother video and get all your eyes on it. Alright, so overall, I'm pretty happy with the main deck. Rakdos Return's been fine. Bonfire's been fine. This has been very good. This has been very good. I'm kind of happy I added this in, and I'm happy I have some early removal spells. I haven't played against matchups where Tragic Slip is good, like the Aristocrats, in a while. I do feel we have a weak control matchup, but it's probably like 60-40 them. And then game 2, I actually don't know if we get better against them. I've only played against Esper Control once, and I think we have a decent game against them. But what I would like to do in the sideboard is play one less thing so that when I'm playing against aggro, I can take out these 2 Garruks and these 2 returns and bring in these mortars and these Victim of Nights. So maybe I almost want to cut one thing for another removal spell. Um, Another thing is my control matchup feels kind of weak. We are bringing in a lot, but it doesn't seem very impactful. So if you have any suggestions on how to play against control better or beat control or sideboard tech that's very good against Esper and Bant control, let me know. I think we're okay against other decks. In the mirror, we really don't have big game against them. We have Slimes, we have Witchbane Orbs, we go up to 3 Rakdos Returns, we have Staff of Nim. But I don't feel super strong against the mirror. Against Naya, I think we're okay. What we do have to avoid is all the flyers, and with one less Thundermaw Hellkite, it's kind of hard to maybe beat that deck when they go like Thundermaw into Aurelia, but that's just an exceptional start. So if you have any suggestions, please let me know. I hope you've been enjoying the series. I know I usually bring you a different deck every week, but I've been wanting to try to get my game up a little bit and improve a little bit more or less. So the best way to do that is to practice. As they say, practice makes perfect. So by the end of this week, if I give Jund one more go around, I'll probably start a new deck for next week. Let me know if you like this or you'd rather see the other stuff. Obviously, my goal is to entertain you, and I appreciate you watching. So thanks for watching, and please check out the themtgnoob.com.